Oh, thank you, Jesus, for your mercy, your love, and your grace. In Jesus' name, I love you, Lord.
How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Dre, and I'm here with my lovely wife,
Asha.
And today, guys, we're going to do a video that we're very excited to film. We're going to call it Unpopular Opinions. You guys may agree with us, you may disagree with us, but that's for you to decide. You can let us know in the comments. Anything you want to say before we start, babe?
Let's get into the video and comment your answers, what you think.
And of course, there's a lot of unpopular opinions out there. We're just going to stick this video to 3. We're probably going to do more in the future. So, number 1, very unpopular opinion when it comes to relationships, that some people say you should have sex on the first date to see if you're compatible with that person. Do you agree or disagree, babe?
I absolutely disagree. No way, never ever. You should give yourself to somebody without a covenant, without a promise, but also the promise that can be kept, because people can promise and still break it. So make sure you know the person. At least do your
due diligence.
Due diligence, thank you. At least do that before you give yourself to somebody. And I don't believe in fornication.
I can always see it from both sides, so I'm going to say I think you are looking at it strictly from a Christian
No, I'm looking at it.
But I'm just going to ask you, imagine if someone spent a whole year dating someone. They clicked on every level, but when it came time to have intimacy, there was just no sort of connection or chemistry. So what do you say to that person?
I feel that if it's the right person, there's always going to be a connection. There's always going to be love there. There's always going to be an attraction. When you love somebody, it's a different energy. So I don't believe those are excuses people say. What if you get married and this person can perform, can do this? I feel like then you should talk to each other. A lot of adults are very immature. They don't want to tell each other how they really feel. So you have people who are unsatisfied. You have to at least work hard to satisfy your partner. At least be the partner that your significant other needs, right? So in that case, for me, I definitely believe in a contract. When I say a contract comes in a form of a promise, you gotta keep that promise, or your word. You gotta keep your word. Your word is your bond. You really want to be with somebody who believes in those things. And if they don't believe in keeping their words and standing by it, you already made a mistake by having sex with that person for the first time.
A lot of people out there who have done it on the first day. So I'll tell you where I stand on this matter, because again, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a guy. I know growing up for guys, that was always a goal, like, oh, how quickly can you sleep with the women and things like that. So I've had a lot of different experiences. And so first thing I'll say is that as a woman, you should definitely not have sex on the first date. We're talking the first date, guys. You guys don't know anything about each other. So just to give yourself up that easily, again, I can't judge you, but just know that that guy won't value you, because you are making it too easy for him to get some. And so number 1, if you value your body, if you value, yourself, you want to make that guy work for it. You're worth something. You're worth a lot, more than you probably think. So number 1, definitely not first date. Now, ideally, in an ideal world, yes, after marriage is definitely ideal. Of course, a lot of people don't follow that. But I think that if you are in a relationship with someone, I think that you guys should, to some extent, and I'm not saying full sex, that you guys should, to some extent, have some sort of, physical, intimate actions. And so that way, whether that's kissing, whether that's whatever, I'm not going to go into detail. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I think that that is a good testing ground to see if you connect with that person on a physical level. But also remember, me and my wife, we highly value the spiritual. And so no matter the physical, the spiritual is what matters the most. And I feel like you shouldn't even be with someone who you are not physically attracted to. Of course, everybody is on different levels. So maybe that person just hasn't learned yet or hasn't had as much experience. But I think first you should connect on a spiritual level, and then the physical part, you guys can always figure that out later. But that's kind of how I feel.
I definitely understand where you're coming from. Of course, everybody has made mistake, whether it's less or more, whatever, however you feel. There's some things that you don't want to look back and regret. Nobody's perfect, but I definitely feel that right now in 2026, where we are, those are just not the right thing to do, because the world has changed. So it's not safe anymore. A lot of people out there have diseases and things like that, so be careful. So that's why I say no, because because the time has changed. We're in a new time.
I think we answered that one. I'm gonna move on to the next unpopular opinion. So the next one says, you should never date someone still legally married. Even if they're separated, it can cost you financially or legally. What would you say to that?
I definitely agree. Again, I believe in giving people grace only because life is full of mistakes. So you really want to learn from other people. So one, you don't want to date somebody who is married, because don't believe that he's going to leave his wife for you. Although I've heard that there are cases that those have happened, but that's not always, right? And it's not a lot of time.
So just not to stop you, but just to clarify, these are people who are separated. So they're not together.
They're separate, but they are married. You understand? They are married. Even if they're legally separated, they could pause on their marriage and they could say, okay, let's stop this separation and let's get back together. My point is, I know a lot of people who have dated married men, and none of them they have left their wives for them. You understand? They wasted their time. These married men waste time on beautiful women. Just waste your time, your youth, right? Sometimes they are married, sometimes they are not. They are going back to their wife. They are providing for their wife. That nice bag, it doesn't compare to, let's say anything happened today, his wife and his kids takes everything. You walk away with nothing, and you invested your time, your life. You won't even be invited to anything that happens after that. You are completely out of the picture. So I would say, do not marry. Do not be involved with a married person, whether it's a husband or the wife. Another thing is, there's some state now that you can sue, and I love that. I hope that happens to every state, every country in the world.
What do you mean you can sue?
Now you can sue the person that is dating your husband or wife. That means they're interrupting your happiness, your marriage. And I love it. And there's a popular, I think she was a TikTok or social media. Right now she got sued. I think she's supposed to pay like $1 million, maybe 1 point something million. I'm not sure, but it's a whole scandal, right? But long story short is, I'm just so thankful that there's consequences. And if the person really truly love you, they'll speed up the divorce so they can be with you, right? This is what I always tell the women, because I'm a woman. Never build your happiness on another woman's tears, right? Or your home, because it's not gonna hold. The way you get them is the way you lose them.
I think I interpreted the question a little bit differently to you, and that's totally fine. Because I think you thought about it more as a husband and wife who may still be trying to work through their marriage.
No, I'm talking about
he's stepping out on her.
No,
because
even if
there are some people that are totally, they don't even communicate with each other, but they're still legally married.
Still no.
So just to clarify, because I want to clarify for the audience, let's say they had zero communication, they're living their separate life, they just never did the legal part. If that man, let's say for example, starts to get with another woman, he is still cheating by your standards.
Yeah. You know, in the eyes of the Lord, you are married. In the eyes of the law, you are married. You are literally a husband, and you are literally a wife. So if you're watching this and you are the cheater, my advice to you is stop cheating on your significant other, even if you are not together anymore, in a sense of in the same house. You are cheating. You are the problem right now, because you are cheating. So you want to really stop, because you don't want to contribute into being the problem. Be the solution.
That's fair. I don't have a lot to say about this matter. The main thing I'll say is, if I see that you are still in, I guess, legal arrangement, marriage with someone, my first question would be, why have you guys not legally separated? I don't know how difficult it is. I've heard it can be difficult. And so if it's a thing where you guys are still, maybe there's still a little bit of chemistry there, then by no means should you go out and see other people. If it's a thing where maybe one party is being totally not cooperative, and I've heard stories about that, maybe the woman wants to get the divorce, but the man is like, no, I'm not doing it. And so in that case, it's a little tricky. And so in that case, I still think you have to, whether that's bringing in a third party, lawyer, whatever, you guys got to come to a solution to peacefully separate. Unless there's like straight cheating, we don't believe in separation. We believe a couple should always strive to work through it, because like she said, it's a covenant. But it is tricky when one side is trying to fight for the relationship and the other one isn't. Now, the other situation is where both of you have gone your own ways, but you're still not legally separated. And for me, I'm just like, why? That's just a lack of effort. So I feel like if you truly want that, separation, you guys will put in the effort to make it happen. And then you should not date someone who is married still, because that comes with so many risks that you're taking.
You will be sued.
You know, remember that person in the relationship, you don't know their history. They may have certain assets in each other's names. And so, to my point, if anything happened, that the person that you're dating that's married, they could walk away with everything that you've built because you're not legally married to them. So there's a lot of different risks you take. And I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's smart to date someone that is still married.
That's it. Separated legally or not, if they're not divorced, do not date them.
Exactly. All right.
Oh, this was good.
Yeah, we got one more. Last unpopular opinion. Marriage isn't hard. Life is. Your partner is someone who should make your life easier and not feel like a chore.
I will go first because I'm very passionate about this. I hear people saying, "Oh, I don't want to get married. More reasons to be single. More reason why I don't want a man. I don't need a man." Da 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 da. I will tell you right now, it's the person that you chose. No, not all guys cheat. Not all guys are playing in your face. Same thing for women, right? So the people say, oh, marriage is hard. Marriage is horrible. It's the person that you married. That person is a miserable person. You married a miserable person. So this miserable person is making you miserable. You understand? So you have to really pick the right person, right? Because your partner should be somebody who makes you happy, right? I've heard somebody say, I can't wait to have a girls' weekend out so I can leave my husband at home. Oh, I hate my husband. I can't stay with my husband, right? I'm just like, oh my goodness, Lord is God. I cannot imagine. I want to spend time with my husband. Like, I want to see him. I want him home. I want to be glued to him, right? So why are you with that person? Right? Why did you marry somebody you hate so much? I heard somebody, this guy was driving to his house and then he stayed outside because he needs to gather himself because he can't stand his wife. I'm like, whoa, why are you married to this person?
To be fair though, I think that some people enter into a marriage or on the same page. They start out as very close, but over time, life happens, kids, different things, and people start to forget why they got together in the first place, and they start to maybe get, like you said, miserable about something in their life or whatever it may be. But I think over time, what happens is that they drift apart. And so the question becomes like, maybe they just have to find the reason again, what made their marriage so great or so fun. I agree in the sense that life is full of ups and downs. So life is not a just constantly positive life. For example, you could be in a marriage and you lose your job, and that makes things more difficult for you and your wife because now you have to pay your rent or your mortgage or whatever it is. Maybe you have to downgrade. Life situation might get tougher, but that should all give you all the more reason to stick closer to your partner, solve those issues together. So you're going to run into some ups and downs. You're going to run into some difficulties, even with your partner. You may have moments here and there where you may not see eye to eye on something, but overall, your partner is an investment. That's somebody who, again, genuinely love, you believe in, you support, you want to grow with. And so when you're getting a partner, when you're choosing your partner, you have to take these things into consideration. For me, it was very important. My wife is my best friend as well. So when I went into this relationship with her, I did it knowing that she is also my best friend. Yes, I am attracted to her physically, but that wasn't the only determinant of why I chose her, because there's a lot of attractive quote unquote women out there, but just because they may be what some people consider attractive, it doesn't mean that they have qualities that are great for a partner. So, because there's a lot of people out there that may look good, but they are very shallow. They have no depth to them. So it's important that you choose your best friend. The toughest part is raising children, because we were doing it for the first time, and that's been the most difficult thing. But
because you gotta actually raise them.
Yeah, but the marriage itself,
so
like
funny.
this is my homie. This is my best friend. We've been through so much together. Remember where we started, what we've been through.
It's been so much fun.
So many memories.
One of my favorite times is when we drove from Michigan to Houston. I know you suffered.
That was a tough. We've been through some things.
You went through it. I was chilling. I talked all the way. I talk too much, don't I?
You talk a lot. But that's why we make a great pair too, because we're similar in so many ways, but we're also very different. She's very talkative, I'm very quiet. Wow, you guys get it. So we both disagree. Marriage should be easy. Anything else you want to add? If not, that's all I got for today.
That was pretty dope.
Cool. So that's all we got for today. Again, let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree with us and why. Also, guys, if this is your first time watching our channel, this is Dre and this is my beautiful wife,
Asha.
And please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching today. This is Unpopular Opinions that we talked about. We're definitely going to do more of these types of videos.